So in this video, let's talk about another aspect of etheric parasitic attachments that hurt one's auric field, energy bodies, their physicalities, a lot of things. And most people throughout their whole life, most people have had them but don't even understand it or know it or sense it or feel it. So, in a general sense, not from this is not what I think for myself, but in a general sense, with the general population, these beings are trapped in human bodies, and they can't see the larger world, the larger reality system, multidimensional world we exist within. So they're limited only to 3D sight and 3D senses. And so it is so important to know and understand what you are up against. Okay, so etheric parasites are also negative thought forms. So we can self-manifest etheric parasites that hurt us. You have both. The ultimate truth to this topic is that you have real etheric and astral parasites and entities and beings, self-aware, programmed, they have their own consciousness, all these types of things. That's real 100%. But what's also real 100%, and my point with this video, is that some of the etheric parasites that are inflicting harm onto you on different levels, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energy body, all this stuff, are actually self-manifested etheric parasites through your own negative thought forms. And these are all just temporary, self-manifested etheric parasites generated in the etheric plane. So the etheric plane is the best way to describe the etheric plane is that it's a non-physical substructure, but it also overlays our earth matrix, our earth reality that we call this physical reality construct. So etheric energies and etheric constructs are invisible metadata. And this metadata and / energetic matter, it can influence physical events at the quantum level. So etheric parasites are generated by, again, we're talking about self-manifested etheric parasitic attachments. But these can be generated essentially by human thought through consciousness infused with emotion and intentions, obviously. So this creates an energetic construct in the ether, which I can best compare to a circular current in a river, an eddy in a river. But it's also infused with its own type of intelligence and purpose, etc. So its most common purpose, the most common purpose for a self-manifested etheric parasite that you make through your own consciousness, its own purpose is to continue, the parasites want to continue their own survival by feeding off of the same kinds of energy that gave birth to it, that gave rise to it. So if it was generated through, let's say, like hate energy, it will induce hateful thoughts in its host to suck more emotional energy of that type of thought form or thought pattern. So these thought forms kind of like float around in the ether, which interpenetrates and overlays and underlies this physical matter that we're in, and can be and it can influence the thoughts and the emotions of people onto whom they attach to. So thusly, the negative thought forms generated by one can induce negativity in another person proving that they are not just an internal subconscious subroute. What I mean by that is that even though someone can self-manifest an etheric parasitic entity in the ether through their own manifestation, self-manifestation, even though they are doing that some of that stuff is self-manifested, but since they're also through consciousness, they're actually creating it energetically. They can still do things and influence things, with other people around you. So that's what I'm really trying to say here, and I hope that you're understanding what my point is here. So so there's like a lot of elitists, occultists, certain people in the power structure. They know how to create these energetically, but to do it intentionally, okay, or they do it to produce other effects in the ether or the etheric plane in order to consciously influence the minds of a group of people or another person, that kind of thing. So, but most thought forms are created unwillingly by our everyday sparks. Now, I shouldn't say unwillingly, I should say unknown by our everyday sparks of our own emotions and fantasies and moments of good intentions and bad intentions and all those kinds of things. So to people with clairvoyant vision, where they can see these etheric parasite kind of energies coming off the person who's generating them, and they can see them how they turn into grotesque forms and stuff. And the color of the energy is always like black and orange, red, muddy brown, other dull light colors, void of light. And when these turn into thought forms, they appear symbolically to the clairvoyant mind as like insects and spiders and black blobs and crabs, etc. Again, the fact that the clairvoyants can see these self-manifested etherical parasites indicates that they are objective constructs in the ether, in the etheric plane, and not just in an internal, not an internal psychological process. So our thoughts, our consciousness, can manifest energetically, even though we are centered in this physical body. If you have any questions about this video, leave them in the comments down below. Love you guys, sending you positive energy like always.